couple days ago, Microsoft shocked the video game world by spending $7.5 billion to purchase
That's a lot of money.
ZeniMax. Maybe the acquisition of Bethesda is just the catalyst. Maybe there's going to be a fire sale of companies being bought out, and we're going to make sure that our company is going to remain on top and be victorious in the console wars to come. Mike, you're going to be drafting for Xbox. Alan, you're going to be drafting for PlayStation, and I'm going to be drafting for Nintendo. One after the other, we are going to be drafting a video game company. That company is now going to be a first-party exclusive to our system. Microsoft,
yeah, okay.
will go first in the draft. Sony will go second in the draft. And Nintendo will go third. And because of the snake format, Nintendo will go fourth. Sony will go fifth. Microsoft will go sixth. And then it will snake its way until all of us have picked six.
Well, I'm going to try to bring back some of the companies that have always stuck around with the Xbox just to keep the current players happy.
Okay.
Hopefully. But also to bring a new perspective onto the console wars and onto Xbox to kind of expand our horizon a bit. So we'll see how it goes.
My general game plan is to buy all the companies that I want.
That you personally want. So this is all you.
I'm gonna have to.
This is the Allen's PlayStation. This is the Allen station.
All your players.
No, because as a fan, I know other fans want this too. So I'm just gonna go with what makes me buy a PlayStation, and I hope, fingers crossed, it's what makes others like it too. You know, we'll see if we'll see if people like my opinion, my taste.
The main thing that I'm looking for are companies that are going to be able to create the same kind of unique gameplay experiences that you can only experience in a Nintendo console. If I feel that a company would be a good fit with the type of games that Nintendo comes out with, then that's going on my board. Mike, a couple days ago, Microsoft changed the gaming landscape, and today, right now, at this very second, you get to change it again with your first pick of the draft.
This choice, I chose one because it always has a special place in my heart, and they've always created really well-made games. Square Enix is my number one.
Ooh, strong pick.
Oh my god.
What's
That's
that
big.
game that it's like a Telltale game? It's Life is Strange.
Oh, Life is Strange. I forgot they had that.
You know,
That's
but
why
they
you're
also
drafting
created.
That's why you're drafting
Final
Square Enix.
Fantasy.
It's all for
Dragon
Life is
Quest,
Strange.
Kingdom Hearts, Tomb Raider, and I feel like usually most of the games they put out is usually most of the time a big hit. That's why that's my number one.
Final Fantasy has been in the PlayStation roster for every generation, but that changes now. All future Sony PlayStations will no longer have Final Fantasy installments. That is huge.
That's garbage. Absolute garbage.
Did you expect that as my first
No,
pick?
I thought you were gonna say Ubisoft. That's what I was thinking.
Well, how the turn tables.
Team Sony's gonna have to buy an Xbox hat.
Who's gonna be the first pick of Team PlayStation?
We'll go with who would have been number 2, and that's Capcom. Taking
Makes sense.
Capcom. But I took it because of Street Fighter. Let's resurrect Mega Man.
I was gonna say Resident Evil. I knew you.
Yeah, let's
that.
not forget about
That as
Resident
well.
Evil.
Fighting games, Mega Man, Resident Evil. Obviously, Monster Hunter, I know the value of it, even though it's not
Especially in
my
Japan, too.
preference.
Those are
What
very
are,
good choices.
What Nintendo
Now.
has in store for us? What are you guys?
In order for us to look to the future, we must first look to the past. If we're going to win the future console wars, we're going to need to learn from the original console wars. I'm talking about the console wars of the 90s. We're talking about the house of
I know
Mario
where this is going.
versus
I know where this
the
is
house
going.
of Sonic, and taking those two forces and combining them together. I'm talking about Team Sega in Nintendo. Sega will not feel at home in the Xbox or PlayStation. Sonic is practically Nintendo already. He's in every Olympics with Mario.
Yeah.
And we're talking about games like Persona, Yakuza, we have Total War, we have Bayonetta, a lot of really well-known franchises that's going to thrive in Nintendo. So because of that, Sega's my first pick. And now for my
I respect
second
that.
pick. With this pick, I'm immediately taking the life away from both Xbox and PlayStation. There's always two games that are always the best reviewed. I'm talking about scores ranging from 95 to 98. One of them is Zelda, and we already have Zelda. The next one, Grand Theft Auto and
Oh, you.
Red Dead. Who owns Take-Two Interactive? That's right, Nintendo. No more GTA.
That's weird.
No more Red Dead for you guys. Those are our games now. And not only that, we have 2K.
That's a
Bad
weird
choice,
pick.
man.
I don't know about that. You had
That's
a
a great-
perfect
No,
pick, and then you went for a
no.
weird
No.
pick. Take-Two
That-
doesn't want
that
to be
was-
on Nintendo, and nobody likes 2K on Nintendo. So you're depriving everyone of
No.
their sport experience. Everyone that wants to get NBA 2K22 and 23
Buy a Nintendo
probably
console.
just going to buy the EA. They're going to buy EA, whatever it's called, EA basketball.
EA, NBA Live
You just sent
sucks.
everyone over.
I respect that choice
Thank you.
because
No.
like you have
Red Dead.
Bioshock, which was like
Bioshock.
huge. You
Bioshocks
got
a
Borderlands. You got
Borderlands?
any 2K sports game.
Mm.
People don't
Like
want
the current fan base of Nintendo, maybe they're not as interested, but it'll definitely bring the fan base from other consoles to Nintendo
Boom.
just for that.
This man understands. Nintendo's been criticized for years for being too kiddie. Well, you know what? Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead Redemption. Not only that, Civilization, XCOM on the Switch, baby. I pretty much just drafted Rockstar Games and 2K in one go.
Mom, next now? My next pick, it's From Software.
Mhm.
From Software. They already have an exclusive game. They already have a good relationship. Bloodborne was a PlayStation 4 exclusive. They've already
Plus you
had
got
that
Sekiro
connect.
too. I'm sure they'll make a
Yes.
second Sekiro.
Before Xbox swoops in or anyone tries to steal that and break what's been built, let's secure it. Let's put it in number 2. It deserves it.
So I can see that being good.
Thank you, Xbox.
How does it feel to waste your second pick on a studio that just does one game?
Hold on. We got Bloodborne. We got Dark
Yeah,
Souls.
actually, that's true.
We got Demon
Bloodborne.
Souls. We got Sekiro.
No, Bloodborne is Sony's, Demon Souls is Sony's, Dark Souls is Bandai Namco.
The pick reflects who's coming with it, and the people that made those games are From Software. They're the developers. They're the team behind those games. So obviously, I'm getting those minds. If anyone
Okay.
likes Dark Souls, Bloodborne, any of those games, they know what this pick means. The future's bright. We'll have new games. I know Team Nintendo is such a hater. I didn't realize this guy.
Hey,
I thought he'd be the
listen.
friendliest of the bunch.
This is the console
Alright.
wars. The red on my screen is blood. I'm about to paint the town Nintendo red.
Clearly, with
baby.
that Take-Two pick, you want Grand Theft Auto and
Hell yeah.
all those games on Nintendo. I see
Rated-
what you're.
Rated M for mature, baby.
Alright, who's next, Mike?
Big hit mostly for against PlayStation again. Sorry.
I'm prepared.
Pretty big when it comes to sports. They're
Mm.
pretty big when it comes to shooters. They're pretty good when it comes to going to outer space.
Ooh.
I'm gonna have to go with EA as my number 2 pick.
Electronic Arts
Why?
goes
You
to
know
Xbox.
how many people are into sports games, especially EA? Would
FIFA?
be huge.
That's a good pick. I applaud that pick.
Plus, you got Star Wars Battlefront. They did have some trouble when it first released, but it's fixed now, and I'm 100% sure they've learned their lesson. So I'm 80%.
Imagine they said that. Imagine they said that in a real conference. Xbox is like, you know what? Battlefront sucked, but I'm pretty sure EA learned their lesson. I think EA
also-
should be on Xbox. I like that.
We have something for casual gamers as well. I know there's a lot of people who love playing and just sitting on their couch, relaxing, and just playing The Sims in their free time.
Kudos to you, Xbox, for drafting the most hated company on the board. Apparently, Xbox is going to be the home for loot boxes, and
We got rid of loot boxes.
I don't know if EA got that memo, but maybe you did.
But if you want to pay for costumes and stuff like that, feel free to use your mom's credit card.
Wow.
Do I choose the third one?
you
now,
do choose
or-
the third one.
Now, this next choice, I feel like every game they've released, even though they don't release mini games, it's always been like a 10 out of 10 for me. So my choice is going to have to be Valve.
Very good
I
choice.
personally think Valve would be really good on Xbox. One, because we'll finally get Half-Life onto it. Well, actually, we had Half-Life on it, but I think it sticks well with it. You have Half-Life, you got Left 4 Dead, you have Team Fortress, Portal, Counter-Strike. Like, they've always been big hits. They don't really release games often, but when they do, it's usually pretty good. And that's why I'm sticking to my gut and I'm choosing Valve.
That also means that Xbox owns Steam.
That's a perfect pick.
That
Honestly,
scares
I think
me more
EA
than
and
the
Valve
EA pick.
make total sense. Okay, so
We're
my
snaking
strategy worked. I'm excited about this. You guys already mentioned it. It's Bandai Namco.
That's it.
Okay.
I knew it.
Because
That was
it.
my next one.
that was the strategy. I know we had to put them together. So we took them, we put them together. Now we're good. Now I have Dark Souls.
Man,
I
that
got
was my next
everything.
on my list.
That was
I
good.
got Bloodborne, Demons. I got everything. I got it all. And I got From Software.
No. He's only got
he's
one
got-
half of the market. Look at this. Capcom, From Software, Bandai Namco. What is this going to be, a console for weeaboos? Like, it's all Japanese games.
To be fair,
Oh.
this gives them a way more international fan base.
International,
Absolutely.
it's just
Because of the
Japan.
Dragon Ball
games
Z.
are the best.
You know how many people bought the fighting game when that came out?
Come
You know how
on.
many,
Dragon
you know how many
Ball
little
Z.
kids
Dragon
freaking dreams came true that day?
Absolutely.
my
Yes. Budokai? Are you
God.
kidding? Come on.
You're going
Plus,
to
you got
tell
the
me.
whole fighting game
Oh my
community
God.
on your side. He's got
Thank you.
Capcom, Soul Calibur, Tekken.
Tekken. I didn't even get there yet. Yes. All those games. I got all the fighting games now. There's chemistry between all these companies. Capcom and Bandai
And
Namco
Bandai-
have a thing. So does Bandai Namco and From Software. They have a thing. Everyone can collab with everyone. Yes, I know they're all Japanese based, but that was done by design.
What Alan did, combining two studios together, is a really smart move. And that's the exact same approach that I'm going to be taking. My next pick, a company with a very rich history, a lot of really well-known IPs, Konami. Konami.
Oh,
No.
wait, what?
You might be thinking Konami's
That's bad.
dead. All they make
I
are pachinko machines. They're a shell of their former self.
They're all facts, but go ahead.
Let me tell you what. I just purchased Konami and I called their president right now. I told them, get the hell
you
out.
can't do that. No,
You're
no,
fired.
You can't do that.
Yeah, I can.
You can't do
Yeah,
that
you can.
because
I
one of
can
the
fire
companies is Kojima. No,
The
unless I
next-
get Kojima first.
You can't get him first because I have the next pick.
Oh no!
Oh,
Mister-
you stole it. You stole it from me. You
Listen.
stole it from me.
Listen,
I'm so sad. That was
I'm
on my
dialing.
list.
I'm dialing.
That was
Mis-
on my list too.
Mr. Kojima, would you like to be the president, the man in charge of Konami? You can have Metal
TT,
Gear.
bring back Metal Gear. You're
You can
solid,
have
man.
Silent Hills, Castlevania. It's all yours. He can make any game he wants. We're gonna bring back Guillermo del Toro. We're gonna call up Norman Reedus.
That doesn't belong on Nintendo
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
systems.
saying.
it
I had that
does
plan.
now.
I had that plan.
It does
It's
now.
on my. I'm looking at it on my phone. That plan. I'm reading it.
No.
That was my strategy.
Oh my
This guy went and
god!
stole it.
You can do the FromSoft Bandai Namco combo. I'll give you that. But you can't have the Konami Kojima combo, baby.
Oh my.
You know what I gotta say to you? Huh? I say to you, get in or get out.
Wow. Okay. Well,
All right.
I don't even know what to do anymore. My plan has just been destroyed. Never in my wildest dreams did I see this happening. I know this one's going to get heavily criticized. I already hear what's going to be said, but we're taking Koei Tecmo.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Koei Tecmo.
You know, that's actually on the bottom of my list. Why?
Bad.
Don't get me wrong. They've had some good hits in the past.
All the
But
Warriors games.
recently,
No, people love their games. Hyrule Warriors, Fire Emblem Warriors.
I
There's a
guess.
new Hyrule Warriors 2 coming out. People love it. And Neo. What are you
yeah.
talking about, Mike? Listen, Dead or Alive is going to come back. The fans want it.
honestly, didn't expect that.
We're going to combine Neo with From Software. We're going to make something crazy. That
I
could
can
happen.
see why you picked that, but man, I don't know. I think there were better options than
Hey,
Koei
remember the
Tecmo.
start of this? The start of this introduction. I said I'm picking the ones that I want.
We're gonna have Street
Okay.
Fighter Warriors.
It'll
yeah.
sell. Let's do it. I'm down. Make all the Warriors games you want.
I get two choices now.
Who's gonna be the
I
first
know my
one?
first choice is the biggest company
Oh,
for
okay.
the gaming community, the multiplayer online community,
That's it.
Activision Blizzard. They've had Warcraft, and Warcraft, like, it's still going strong. Like, they're still releasing, like, expansions. Like, there's a new one coming out just really soon.
That game will last forever.
You have Overwatch, which is huge. When the second one drops, it's gonna be insane. Plus, you have Diablo. Tony Hawk is pretty good as well. I mean, yes, they're doing remakes, but I feel like a lot of people wanted that anyways. You got the most popular shooter of all time right now, which is Call of Duty.
That's
And
huge.
I feel like it fits Xbox perfectly.
You pretty much made sure that you cornered the whole PC market, because a lot of these games excel in the PC, and if you got
PC
games,
Master Race.
you got World of Warcraft, you got Hearthstone, you got
We got the
StarCraft.
Xbox president yelling out PC Master.
Imagine all of those games integrating with Steam. You're just putting all of the PC and Microsoft games all together in one ecosystem. So I do respect that pick. I think that was a good pick.
I do.
Now, this next choice. My next choice, Epic Games.
Epic
Did it all right
Games.
after Square. Did it all
I
right.
got, because you got Fortnite. You're gonna bring
Fortnite.
all the younger fan base in as well.
Literally the
Personal-
biggest game in the world.
and mostly because I wanted Rocket League all to myself. That's more of a personal pick.
Look how long it took for Epic Games to get picked up. That's crazy.
That
Yeah.
is pretty crazy.
That's how you know we're all biased.
But-
Because there's no way in the world that would take that long to get picked up.
Games
And now
to
I'll
integrate
have that,
with Steam.
and I'll have
Man.
Blizzard's launcher, and I'll have Steam's launcher.
Good. I like that one. I have no issue with that one whatsoever. I'm going to pick
Oh, tough.
CD Projekt.
Which one?
CD Projekt.
CD Projekt. I do think it's a good pick for PlayStation because I'm not
I think
really
so.
catering to that audience at all. The whole open world sort of
Mm-hmm.
genre, the whatever many categories you'd call The Witcher. I guess open world RPG, sandbox RPG. For the non-Japanese game fans, that's a sort of
Mhm.
alternative that I haven't played yet, but I would like to. And I know they're really good games. I know they make really quality games. Not a selfish pick, but I think it's a good pick.
So my next pick, even when Nintendo was struggling, even with the Wii, this company
Oh,
still
I
put
know.
games in it. Ubisoft.
Yep.
Ubisoft is going to be in Team Nintendo. Mario can still fool around with the Rabbids.
Absolutely insane that it took this long.
Ubisoft is huge.
They got
Actually,
Assassin's Creed. They got Far Cry.
That's-
In a
Prince
real
of Persia,
draft, this would
Tom
never happen.
Clancy.
yeah.
No, we're
Xbox would have
biased.
chosen Ubisoft right off the bat.
You got to put
Yeah.
that in big, like caps, all caps, bias draft because this is in no way reflective of what the company should do.
Ubisoft would be top 3 for sure. Assassin's Creed,
Mhm.
Far
Assassin's
Cry.
Creed, exactly.
Tom
really-
Clancy's huge.
There's a lot of games to draw in the mature audiences, but there's also a lot of games that'll draw in the Nintendo audiences. And I'm talking about Rayman, Prince of
Nintendo,
Persia.
good.
We're talking about
Mhm.
Just Dance. Ubisoft, welcome to the family. Now, the last pick
Last pick.
of House Nintendo. There's one that I think is a better fit for the company. There's another one that I think is just, I mean, how can I pass that?
Oh man,
You know
just
what?
go with the one that goes for the company, dude.
Pick the better pick, dog. Come on.
No, you know what? I'm gonna have to pick it because it's too deadly for it to end up belonging on PlayStation or Xbox.
No
I will
way.
pick
I can't
Warner
believe it.
Brothers
Wait, hold on.
games. They own Mortal Kombat, Injustice. They have the Batman Arkham series. They have the Lego series. They have the Middle
You got-
Earth
got
Shadows
Lord of the
of Shadow
Rings.
of Mordor, Shadow of War. They have Hogwarts Legacy, baby. And now I have 6 companies with me that'll make sure that everyone has fun when you pick up a Nintendo console.
My last
Man.
pick will not be Platinum Games,
Okay.
but
I'm actually kind of curious what you can choose. I think I have an idea.
I think
It
I have an
might
idea
not
too, and I
be-
think it's gonna be bad.
does the
I think it'll
idea
be good.
look like this?
Look, I can
Level
see your
5,
hand.
baby.
Oh,
Level 5.
Level
all right.
5.
Welcome to the
Hell-
team. Nino Cooney,
Yep.
Yeah.
Professor Layton, Yokai Watch. Come on,
Are you gonna rename it
Wait.
to Anime Station?
that's actually a sick name.
It's an Anime
Might as well
Station.
call it Weeaboo Station.
All right, who's the last pick, buddy?
I think everyone knows they've stuck with Xbox for the longest time.
Mm.
They're what made Xbox huge
Whoa.
when they first came out.
They're
Mhm.
coming
I gotta
home.
go with Bungie.
They're
I'm
coming
sorry,
home.
Bungie's got to stick with it. Bungie
They
has to
coming
stick with it.
home.
You know, Halo has to stay with in the home they've always been with. Not only
Bungie
that,
is
we also have
reunited
Destiny
with Halo.
2. Destiny 2 was big too. And when the next future games come out, it's gonna blast off, and that's why that is my choice. You know what? The reason I chose that last because I had a good idea. You guys were not gonna choose it.
Yeah,
Like,
I had nothing to do
I
with
wouldn't even want to
Bungie.
take that away.
Looking at my roster, I'm actually very happy. If the three of us had to go head to head, I feel like I would come on top. I'm gonna be honest. I really do.
Money
I
wise,
really feel
Mike won.
that
Money wise,
confident.
Mike won. In North
I really feel
America,
confident.
Mike won 100%.
And maybe Europe
I
too.
really feel like it. Let's give a shout out to the ones that didn't make it.
Yeah.
Telltale Games, I love them. They're not that popular, and they're only to a specific audience.
I don't think they need to be an exclusive.
It was a year ago or 2 years ago they went out of business.
Super Giant Games.
Katie's right now, I
So they're on the
believe,
rise.
is the highest rated game
Yeah,
of
they-
2020.
Well, Quantic Dream, they have Detroit Become Human. They got Beyond Two Souls. Heavy Rain is a classic now. I'm sure every gamer knows the whole thing with Jason.
Jason!
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 Where are you, Jason?
Do I know that? I'm pretty sure I don't. I think Devolver and Platinum were the two
Yeah,
big ones that kind of sat there that
because
probably should have
Devolver,
gotten picked up, or would have gotten picked up.
they have a really good list when it comes to indie games. Like they, especially now with Fall Guys coming out.
Meanwhile, you got
I
names
agree.
like Game Freak. They at one point had some of the most memorable and greatest games ever when we were kids. All right, so let's talk about trades there now that we're just
Okay,
talking
are we
about it.
opening it up to trades?
See.
I'm kind of comfortable with my.
No, I
list
don't
right
think
now.
you're that comfortable with it.
Are you open to trading Capcom?
No.
Not even if it's for Square Enix.
Hey,
Well, no. That makes
Square
no
for
sense.
Ubisoft, 1-for-1 trade.
Can I make another suggestion?
Okay, I'll listen to your counteroffer.
I'll
Th-
give you
that's
Square
okay with
Enix
Uh huh.
if you give me Take-Two. You
I accept the trade. Yeah.
All right, there you go.
Yes!
Now I'm happy. Now I'm
Alright,
happy.
we're doing
That's
it.
it. I don't even need them.
Oh,
Square
Red Dead
is going
Redemption,
to
come
Nintendo?
home. I have
Like, From
every single
Software ain't
sports
nothing.
game in
That's
my
true.
side now.
That's true. If you want to play sports, you gotta
Xbox.
you gotta
Have to
you
get
gotta get an
Xbox.
Xbox.
This feels right. This is what I want the final picture to be. I'm okay with this final picture.
All right, so that's the end of the great console wars draft. Comment down below on who you think won.
And who would you draft first? Was Square the right pick? And did you guys like Mike and Vernon's trade as much as I did? Let us know.
Unique in New York.
What is going on here? I didn't sign up for this.